Good morning, world. Welcome to another video. My name is Juan. This is the channel where I film every weekend of my life, film it, edit, record it, put it online for your faces to enjoy, and myself to enjoy later in life too, I guess. And this weekend is a weekend for doing things, not for ourselves, well, a little bit, but also for other people. We have to get things, buy things, package them up, and then get them ready to ship off back to people. And as you might know, I live in Japan. But that won't be the case for much longer. But that also being the case is that I have to pack up all my stuff. But I don't have any boxes. So we also have to go to the store and do something about that. But before we do that, we have to eat some food. And we might as well do that by knocking about 2 birds with 1 grenade or something like that. By eating at the place known as Coco's. Now we order. We're gonna get one of this. Food selected. Now we order. Food has arrived, and I am about to consume. Done and dusted. Well, bag secured, quite literally, and food consumed. Now we're off to the next spot, which is known as DCM. Now the goal today is to find some boxes, both large, small, and medium. Whether or not that happens, I have no idea, but fingers crossed. Well, I'm seeing a lot of tubs, which is close, but not quite. I'm hoping for some cardboard boxes. Hopefully we don't have to settle and spend more on Tupperware. Well, if only all the way across on the other side of the store, we found some boxes. I think we're gonna go with a stack of these. One of these for the bag we just secured. Maybe a little bit of this. And as quickly as we came, I think we're done here. All right, we're gonna grab some of this and another one of this, just in case we have things we want to protect. Alley-oop. Oh. I work here. In case you need help, you can always press this button, which is connected to the system. I think some of this plastic wrap, so that way we can wrap up things like my bed and things for when they get to go. Now I think we're done. Well, now the box, not the bag, has been secured. And now we are on to somewhere. I don't know, somewhere. Things in the car and put the card back. That's where we're going. I forgot. I completely forgot. If you remember I think it was like 2 weekends ago when my sister and mother were here, we went to a place and one of my other sisters liked what we got. So we're going to go see if they still have some that we can get for her. Oh no, the place we were intending on going is closed. I guess they're out of season because I remember when we went last time, they were like, yeah, it's only from this time to this time in the winter months of the year and it's like getting into springtime and I think it's over. I'm sorry, sister. I tried. I'm here. It's open time, and they're not open. I'm sorry. I tried. Don't yell at me, please. Anyway, on to the next. The Madagascar scene when Mort is talking to King Julian. He's like, "And we will win." He's like, "We will succeed." No, we will not succeed. We will win. Well, we're at the next, and by next, I mean home. Now, the real question is, will the bag fit in the box? I didn't measure it, so let's see how good my micrometer is. Get this opened up and folded inward. We get the tape. One-handed is interesting. The moment of truth. Oh, plenty of room. Plenty. I don't know why I was thinking these were way bigger than they actually were. This box is way too big. There's so much room. I could have gotten more. There's so much room in there. My micrometer is a little messed up, apparently. It's alright, because with my handy dandy scissors, we cut it down to fold over and to be a perfect little box. Perfectly suited for what we got. Now, I still have a good amount of time left back in the house, like at least a month, so I don't have to pack up everything, but there's certain things like the panda head, which can definitely go into a box. So we got to figure out what we're going to throw in a box and what we're going to keep out, and then kind of start packing away the things we don't really need. And also, we got to start straightening up the house, make it ready to go. Granted, it's a month, but getting it clean now will help it get cleaned later when I actually have to go. So this is going to be a lot of cleaning and probably montage or skipping. We'll see. Wish me luck. One of the things we can pack up now is thick winter gear, because obviously it's not snowing outside, so we don't have to be as warm, which is nice. Like this coat and this box full of winter gear that I found that obviously we can start putting together to pack up. Definitely will not be needing snowboarding gear or El Panda head. And then we got things that I'm just probably not gonna wear, which I could probably throw in, like suits and old stuff and, maintenance coveralls. When am I gonna need that? So that can go in the pile. Oh, and before I forget, the whole season I've been saving up all my passes that I have just as like a memorabilia thing. I'm curious to see how many I have. All right, Jeffrey, if you could hold me up, please. Thank you. All right, we got the sleeve. Let's see what we got. I think this was Oku, Hakoda, 2 other random places, and an Oppi pass. That's 4 places right there. Maybe 5. I can't remember. And then we got the Amori passes, which there's like at least 7 stacked up on here because it's a little sticky. You just put it on, roll it over, and then you're good to go. But I now got to figure out how to get this off. Well, I just spent the last 15 minutes trying to find some snips or some dikes or something like that I could just cut them with. Couldn't find anything, so we'll deal with this later, I guess. Well, I've gone through and compiled most of the things that I can throw in the box right now. Don't worry about those. If you've seen those before, you know. But now we gotta throw all those things in there. After throwing all the stuff in here, this box does not seem very strong. It's already starting to bust at the seams after just putting that in there. I don't think it's gonna work out too well, but hey, we try to make it work. Well, she's taped up and she's already kind of fighting to get out the seams. But you see, there's also things that I'm just not gonna want to keep or take back to the States, like this beanbag chair that is absolutely mahoosive. All the soundproofing foam that I've amassed when I was streaming back in the day. This mattress and mattress topper stuff. And this couch love seat thing. And I'm still debating on this shelf. But there's a lot of things that I've amassed over the years from just helping people move in the past, like this beanbag chair. I was helping somebody move one time and they were like, yeah, I need to get rid of this beanbag just because I don't feel like taking it. And I was like, you know what? Sign me up. I'll take it. And it's been comfy. It's been nice. It's lasted a good couple years, but I think it's time to pay it forward to the next generation. Almost forgot. We've got some laundry to do before we forget, and it's way too late. Because there's nothing worse than having your laundry not done and dirty when you got to go to work the next day. It's just not a very good thing when you're trying to get ready to go and your clothes are all stanky, So we'll grab some of these, press a few buttons. Oh, that went too far. And get that going. And I think I'm gonna take care of all these extra soundproofing foam things. I have some on the wall, but I'm gonna throw them in a bag, compress them down, and tie them all up to give to somebody. You know something? I was just looking at Jeffrey and I was noticing I just pulled off 2 leaves that were starting to shrivel up and everything, but it's so crazy how it'll prioritize the new leaves that are just coming in and get rid of the older leaves that are frailing and not doing as well. So crazy that it knows how to prioritize its life stem over just shoots. It's crazy. Speaking of plants, I think it's time we say goodbye to the failed attempt. I don't know where the little tyke is, somewhere in here. Hopefully he's resting well along with the life that was the plant, but the experiment did not go to plan. Alright, so I finished packing and separating the stuff that I intend to do for now. Since I'm getting out, I have to find a way to make money and I'm gonna be starting my own business, but I had another business venture idea. And I don't want to spoil too much because you guys will definitely be able to participate and enjoy it once I get it done. But let's just say I'm excited. It's goofy, it's funny, but let's just say it involves grocery bags. I'll let that stew. Let you ponder on that one. I'm excited for it. Hopefully you guys like it when it comes out, but I'm working on it, I'm designing it, and I think it'll be really cool when it comes out, and you guys will have access to get it. Not as a thing specifically tied to me, but just a thing that I created that I hope you like. Keep on the lookout for that. It's definitely going to be a couple weeks from now before it actually gets going, but keep an eye out, I think you'll like it when you see it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, some bullshit happened. I was coming to grab some food, and I realized the line was too long, and so I was like, you know what, never mind. I'm just gonna turn around, go grab some combini real quick. Turns out I turned that corner a little too sharp, and I hit the curb right there. And guess what freaking happened? I knocked both of these loose. I busted both of them. I hit the curb, it's cracked right there. This air's leaking, it's already flat. And I did it on the freaking front one too. Where is it? Right here. Blew it out. My phone's dying now, and so I think we're SOL. And now I have to walk back. Thankfully my house is close, but I have to walk back and change both tires. Well, I know the battery died, so I can't turn on the flash, but we're on our way back, rocking the Lamborghinis that you can't really see, making our way back to the house to grab the tires. Called neighbor David, he's on the way, so that way he can take us and the tires all the way to the car, because I don't feel like carrying them all the way over there. Granted, it's not super far, but it's farther than I care to carry them, so it was such a, I was like, oh, I'm just gonna go grab food. So simple, right? No, I have to cut the corner too close, and as I'm about to sell the car. Oh, the crazy situations in life that you never expect. Oh, what a crazy random circumstances. Well, never cutting corners close again, I'll tell you that much. All right, since we have a moment before neighbor David gets here, we're gonna grab a couple things. We're gonna grab a hat, and since we have the time, we're gonna grab a little mat. That way we're not laying on the concrete for no reason, because, you know, normally I wouldn't, but, you know, we have a minute, so we might as well grab things to make it go faster and easier. So now we gotta go grab that extra set of wheels. If we go into the garage, there are our replacements. I took them off because they're the wheels I had on from last season. They're winter tires. They're definitely very bald, but hey, they're not broken and they got air in them, so we're using them. I think the hero man is right. Yup, there he is. Let's go fix the car. I saw it, dude. Dude, I called him. He's here not 15 minutes later. I love you. So I just got done explaining to him, but I'll re-explain to you. Is I was driving to go get food at Sukiya, and I realized the line was too long. And so then, like I said, I was turning into it, and there's a little notch in the curb, which I just so happened to perfectly hit. And then I hear boom, boom. And I was like, ooh, that felt pretty bad. And so I was like, all right, let me pull off to the side to see if there's any like issues or something. I pull off, and I'm glad I did, because as soon as I pulled off and got out of my car, I opened the door here. I was like, shit. So I go check the front one, because that's what I thought it was. And I was like, all right, I feel it. But I was like, wait a second. I hear more. I go to the back wheel. That one's leaking too. Shout out to MVP for giving me an extra set of wheels when they didn't have to, because they are saving me. Because otherwise I would have only had one spare. Car would have been cooked. You love to have the random things in life that work out, that make shitty situations not as shitty. You gotta love them. There's the baby. You can already see the wheels just dead. Let's get to fixing her. We got her cranked up. He's loosening, but dude, look right here. See her? Right there. Right there's where split. Crazy. Well, ladies and gentlemen, since we're here in this unfortunate circumstance, might as well life lesson this shit. Obviously, after you jack it up, you get it under. There's two supports going under the left and right side of the car. You get the jack under there. Press it up. It's a long beam, you can't miss it. But after that, you take the one that you're replacing it, or another one, and you put it under there for safety. Just in case this thing wants to fall or pop off, you're safe and you don't die. Then, after you unscrew it, pull it off, put the new one on, put the lug nuts back on. That's what these nuts are called, FY Izzles. When you're tightening them, it doesn't really matter when you're just getting them all just to where they're just a little, just like that, just a little tight. All right, after we kind of got them all there, now the important thing is as you're tightening them, you cross tighten them, because otherwise it doesn't quite sit evenly, and then it throws off your wheels shit. So you start with the bottom one, you go across, and then you go across it, and then across and across, and then you hit all five, and then you do that again just to make sure you got them all tightened up. Now that we got them all once done around, again, just to make sure we got them all very tight. So we don't want these falling off while we're driving.
I recommend tightening them once you actually have the weight on the ground.
Just like he said, after we put them on and drop it down, tighten it again. And that is how you change a tire. And just like that, we are finito. Yup, you wanna see the spot where I hit it? Yeah, it's right over here. Like, you don't see it, but once you see it, you're like, oh, that's definitely where you hit. Right here. I think I hit just like, I think I perfectly hit it because there's a little scrape mark right here, and there was a piece that broke off and was on the ground right there. So I think I just hit it perfectly to just like hit the wheel, but then hit the tire hit right here, and the wheel just nicked it right there and just busted it.
When you were coming in?
Yeah, I was right there. Then I was like, all right, whatever, I'll just pull in real quick and then.
You see, in Japan, you drive on the left, so if you had, turned in where you're supposed to, that's when that happened. Sort that out there.
I'm not throwing that in the video. And there goes my hero. Watch him as he drives away. Anyway, I'm still hungry. And the line is short. Let's get some food. Well, food and drinks acquired. I didn't really know too much about what I was going to do tomorrow, but now looks like it entails getting new wheels and basically restoring our car to full health. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good morning. And can you say bad time management? All right, it wasn't that bad, okay? So I got up late, and then I spent most of the morning, by the way, it's like 4 p.m. So I got up and spent most of the morning playing with the boys, hanging out on the game, right? But then after that, I was intending to get off, but then I got on the phone, which was very productive, with my sensei. And so I told you guys I'm trying to design and build something that you guys can partake in, right? But in order to create it, I need to get better at using the program and designing it and everything like that. And I have a friend where she's like a master, like a wizard at designing and using the program. And so I got on a call with her, and for the last like hour and a half, 2 hours, we were chopping it up, going back and forth on how to use the program, how to design and everything like that. It was great, really productive, but that also means it took a lot longer, and now we have to get to the thing that happened yesterday. So with our hoodie now on and our boots, we can get to changing the other 2 tires, because the ones on the right side are switched to the old tires that are shipped out a little bit. We're going to switch these ones to the old wheels and then see if we can go get some new tires with good tread, which are now summer tires because it's the summertime. And there's the new ones, new old ones. And because my drive is on a bit of a slant, I moved it onto the actual driveway so that way you don't die. But now let's change some tires. And just like that, we are done. And the rain's coming down. All right, now that we've gone inside, washed up a little bit, let's go over to the auto store and see if we can get some new wheels. And it's about time that we get our oil changed, so might as well see if we can do that there at the same time. Well, we've made it, maintenance file in hand, to Yellow Hat. Well, as partially expected, they are completely booked out today, so we got it scheduled for next week on Sunday. So you'll see that next Sunday, me coming over here, giving my car to these people, and then they will switch the tires and change the oil for the win. I was thinking about it yesterday. So I'm what you call an idiot sandwich. Oh my god, it's so stupid. Such an idiot sandwich. Cutting a corner too close, rookie moves. Oh my goodness. Ugh. But hey, you gotta look at the bright sides. I had spares. I can get them replaced. I'm fortunate to have money so I can replace them. You gotta look at the bright sides of things, right? Terrible situation. Learn from it, because I tell you what, I'm never cutting corners too close ever again in my life. Never once. Prove it. Time and date this right now. If it ever happens, pull this up, and I'll shave my head. I guess. I don't know. Don't hold me to that. But yeah. Stupid circumstances, stupid driving, but hey, we learn from them, we move on. We appreciate that we're fortunate enough to, handle it and go on about our life and laugh that nothing got hurt, or I didn't get hurt or die and car's not damaged. So, hey, sometimes shit happens, you gotta take it on the chin and keep moving. So, anyway, I think that's pretty much all I have today. So, without further ado, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate you coming along with the shenanigans today and yesterday and, you know, laughing at me probably. So, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate you. Learn from your life lessons, take them on the chin, keep going, don't let them get you down, and hope you all have a good rest of your day, night, weekend, whatever it is. Have a good one.